All right, think back with me for a second. Your old language classes. What do you remember? I'm guessing a lot of grammar drills, endless vocabulary lists, and that constant fear of, making a mistake, right? Well, what we're digging into today is a new way of thinking that says, maybe, just maybe, we've been looking at it all wrong.
So let's start with this. What if the whole goal wasn't to speak a new language flawlessly? Like a perfect native speaker. What if instead it was about something way bigger, more practical, and honestly a lot more human? That's the huge question we're going to unpack.
The source material we're looking at really frames the traditional way of teaching language as, well, a problem. It calls it a monocular vision, which is such a great way to put it. Let's break down exactly what that means.
Okay, so this monocular vision, it basically treats languages like they're these separate, neat little codes you just have to memorize. You learn Spanish, then you learn French, and you're supposed to keep them in their own little boxes in your brain. But come on, our world isn't neat and separate. It's a wonderfully messy, interconnected place. A single lens view just doesn't cut it anymore. We need multiple lenses to really see what's going on.
So what's the alternative then? Well, the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CEFR for short, it suggests a massive paradigm shift. It wants us to stop thinking of a language learner as just a student and start seeing them as a social agent.
And wow, look at this comparison. It really lays it all out, doesn't it? The old view, it's kind of passive. You're a student, just memorizing rules for some far-off day when you might need them. But this new vision, it's all about action. You are a social agent. You're not just learning a code, you are using language to do stuff in the real world right now, pulling all your skills together to make things happen.
And this definition really gets right to the heart of it. Being a social agent isn't about how many verb conjugations you know. No, it's about mobilizing everything you've got, your personality, your knowledge of the world, all your non-language skills, to actually accomplish things. It's a huge shift from language as a school subject to language as a powerful tool for action.
This leads us right into the first huge idea in this new vision, the concept of a plurilingual repertoire. Now that might sound a little academic, but trust me, it's a really intuitive and powerful idea about how we actually hold languages in our minds. So what is plurilingualism? It's not about being some perfect polyglot who's mastered 5 languages. Not at all. It's about recognizing that all the languages and dialects you know, even just the bits and pieces, they all form one big, interconnected system in your brain. It's dynamic, it's messy, and having partial knowledge isn't a failure, it's an asset.
Let's get really clear on this because it's a super important distinction. We often use the word multilingualism to suggest languages living side by side, right? Like separate books on a shelf. The source even calls it a collection of solitudes. But plurilingualism, that sees them as living together, all tangled up in one holistic, dynamic repertoire. They actually influence and support each other.
I absolutely love this quote. It just nails the whole spirit of plurilingualism. It's about seeing the glass as half full, not half empty. So instead of obsessing over what a learner doesn't know in a language, we celebrate what they do know. That little bit of German you picked up, that's not a failure. No way. It's a real valuable resource in your personal toolkit. It's a total mindset shift.
Okay, so if plurilingualism is the amazing resource you have, then our second big concept, mediation, is the skill. It's what you actually do with that repertoire. And let me tell you, it is so much more than just translating words.
The key word here is creative. Mediation is a creative act. It's about building bridges of understanding. Whether you're explaining a complex idea to a coworker, summarizing a long report for your boss, or helping 2 friends from different backgrounds understand each other, you are actively constructing new meaning. You are mediating.
Now, to make this idea really concrete, the sources breaks mediation down into 3 main types. We mediate texts, we mediate communication between actual people, and we mediate concepts and ideas. Let's take a quick look at each one.
So mediating texts. This is something we do constantly, probably without even thinking about it. Taking notes in a meeting, explaining what a chart is showing, or even just telling a friend all about a movie you just saw and why you loved it. In every case, you're not just repeating words, you're processing information and reshaping its meaning for someone else.
Okay, this next one is all about people. It's the social, the emotional side of language. It's about making people feel comfortable and safe enough to share their ideas. It's about jumping in to help clear up a misunderstanding between friends. This is such a vital social skill for all of us.
And finally, mediating concepts. This one is all about that shared journey of discovery. Think about a really great brainstorming session.
or a teacher who's guiding students toward a brand new insight. It's that process of working together, using language to build brand new ideas, and get to that amazing eureka moment together. So let's put it all together. We've got social agents using their plurilingual repertoires with the incredible skill of mediation. Now let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Why is this new vision for language education so unbelievably important for the world we're all living in today?
This quote right here, it just captures the entire philosophy perfectly. The old way of thinking saw communication as just passing a package of information from my brain to your brain. But this new vision, it gets the communication as more like a dance. It's a collaborative thing where we build meaning together.
So why does this all matter? What are the real-world stakes? Well, according to the research, the benefits are just huge. This kind of approach fosters creativity, it can even enhance brain function. But even more importantly, it builds those crucial intercultural skills, that symbolic competence we need to navigate the tricky in-between spaces of our globalized world. It really gets us ready for what's been called the liquid modernity of the 21st century.
And really, at the end of the day, the mission here is deeply educational and democratic. This isn't just about creating better language learners. It's about fostering an inclusive kind of education, one that values every single student's linguistic background and helps develop thoughtful, flexible, and interculturally literate citizens for our world.
Which leaves us with one last, really powerful question to think about. When we shift our focus from just chasing grammatical perfection to embracing plurilingualism and mediation, we move beyond a really narrow, technical view of what language is. So we have to ask ourselves, are we just teaching languages, or are we actually teaching a deeper kind of humanity?